Hello and welcome to Rajya Sabha Television. I am Akhilesh Suman and you are watching Indian Standard Time. Indian Standard Time is a window to the world through which we try to understand a particular country, its history, its culture, society, economy and its relationship to the world and indeed also to India. And with me is Excellency the Ambassador of Mongolia, Gonchig Ganbold. Welcome, Excellency.
Thank you, Sumanji.
Excellency, this is the time when the whole world is fighting the menace of coronavirus, and you are one of the countries which is quite, at the border of China. So, how and what impact is there on your country as far as coronavirus is concerned?
Sumanji, I would also like to say that humankind have passed a lot of challenge in the past, and this time we are also honestly confident that we will overcome of these temporary difficulties like a pandemic. Yes, you are right, we are bordering with two great neighbors. One is China, and unfortunately they affected a lot, but fortunately they are recovering. Until yesterday we had no cases barring one imported case.
You have no cases in Mongolia?
We had no cases till yesterday.
Okay.
And then here and there, stranded people were asking government to help them return the country. So government arranged a few chartered flights, including one from South Korea.
Okay.
And two women of our national were affected. And we quarantined, we isolated, and very much optimistic. They would also recover like the previous imported case.
So, how you can have such a small number of cases of coronavirus when you are just beside the border of China? Have you sealed the border from the very beginning or what?
Yes, from the mid of February.
Okay.
We banned movements, internal and external movements. All the flights were shut down, and schools were also extended their winter vacation. Now the kids also complaining to resume their classes. And all the cinema halls and fitness clubs also were told to stop temporarily.
Okay.
It helped us great extent to keep halt.
So, like your whole country is quarantined for last 15 days or 1 month or so?
Indeed.
Right.
People were also very obedient. Very conscious that we are vulnerable. Frankly speaking, we cannot afford to allocate a lot of resources. That's why prevention is more important rather than healing once the pandemic occurred.
Yeah, but how are you managing the supplies? Because people need supplies at their home. So, how are you managing that?
You are very right. The supermarkets and groceries corner stores are open, but each time they are very stringently abide the sanitations, wiping, cleaning, and measuring the body temperature. These things also helped us.
And how are they managing the community so that it does not spread in the community?
So far, all the intercity communication stopped, and we are turning our office hours into virtual. Online office. So even the missions in foreign countries also advised to convert our working regimes. So the high-aged people, the women with small age, children also told to work at home.
Oh, and sir, you are surrounded by two big neighbors, China and Russia. So, how do you feel? Do you feel trapped between the two giant countries?
So, Manji, you are right. We are surrounded by big markets.
Yeah.
In that sense, it's also fortunate. You see, Mongolia is a landlocked country.
Right.
But we are fortunate in markets. Chinese market is great, and year by year increasing their GDP growth. And
your GDP growth?
Chinese GDP growth, it means a lot of demand for our products. And in Russia, also a lot of big markets, and we also import number of commodities from these two countries, including Russian Federation. So most of our export commodities goes to these two countries.
Right.
And apart from which, we have excellent relations with the countries in the region. And we have free trade agreement with Japan. And we have preferential tariff agreements with European Union, under which large number of our commodities goes to European Union markets. So not only surrounded by big two markets, but also we have other foreign trade opportunities.
Excellency, when we think about Mongolia, we remember Mongoloid race. In India also, we say that there are Mongoloid race. So how Mongoloid race is spread in India? We are not sharing the border, but you are far away. But how Mongoloid race came here?
Yeah, you are right. There are places where the people with Mongolian origins live and enjoy their lives. One is India, I suppose, particularly in northeastern part of India. A lot of people also very much resemble by complexion and by rituals, way of lives, and even some of them also claim that they are origin from Mongolia. So we have a lot of brothers and sisters in blood.
Right. So that also connects India and Mongolia in a big way.
Yeah, and looking at their way of living, looking at their style or rituals, they are very much similar to us.
So they resemble Mongolian people, not the Chinese people. Chinese are not Mongoloids.
Chinese are different race.
Chinese are different race. So our people in Northeast are Mongoloid, not related to any Chinese race.
I don't think they relate to Chinese.
Okay. Excellency, when we think about Mongolia, we also think again about Genghis Khan.
You are right.
And people have different type of opinions about Genghis Khan. He was an invader, he was a great warrior. So what was Genghis Khan actually?
We in Mongolia look at him as a founder of the unified state.
Unified Mongolia.
He merged different warring tribes in 13th century.
Okay.
And then he also constituted first written law. And then he also started undertaking diplomatic immunity, free trade. And at the time of 13th century, there were concepts of Pang Mongolia, peace Mongolia. Wherever Mongolians went, there was no hindrance of trade. And they even initiated their banknotes. They also initiated their postal service. Throughout the vast territory, they arranged the horse post stations. And within short span of time, the decrees or urgent official news were delivered fast.
Okay. So what was the relationship of Genghis Khan with India? Did he fight any war with India?
There is one secret manuscript called Secret History of Mongols, which is a genealogy of Genghis Khan, in which he also referred to India very gentle, very fondly.
Okay.
And he never came to India himself, but his descendants went to Central Asia, West Asia, and other places.
Okay.
But he never been to India.
He never came to India.
And in that manuscript which I referred to India as Hindustan.
Okay.
And the river of Sindh called Shin River. Shin means new river. Okay. Because at that time the Mongols went to Sindh River.
And what religion did he practice? Was he Islamic follower or was he Buddhist or something else?
That time Mongols were practicing shaman.
Shaman.
Even though they were treating different religious faiths on equal footing.
Okay.
Even Marco Polo and Plano Carpini also narrated that in Mongolia that Christians or Muslims and other religions were treating on equal level, and they practice also their respective religion.
Okay, so what is the situation now? Are you following any major religion?
Yes, Sumanji, we are Buddhist country. Prevailing part of our people are Buddhists, but we have Muslims. Western part of Mongolia, our brothers practice Islam, and we have also Christians, Baha'is. It's a democracy.
Oh, democratic country. So religion doesn't have any role in Mongolia.
A state respects religion,
Okay.
faith,
Yeah.
religious faith also esteem state.
Okay.
We have that principle.
All right. Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Mongolia in 2015, and I think that was the first visit of any Prime Minister from India to your country.
Yes, indeed.
Was it a turning point in the history and relationship between India and Mongolia?
Mongolia and India's relation are age-long
Okay.
and based on multiple ties,
Yeah.
historic ties.
Yeah.
And then Prime Minister's visit made our relation up to the new height. We became strategic partners.
Okay.
Strategic partners means a relationship on all available fields,
Okay.
not only political,
Yeah.
but also cultural, education, science, and economy as well.
So, is the relationship moving forward?
Indeed, indeed. I've been involved with part of our relations since 1980s, but till then we had limited economic and foreign trade relations.
Okay.
But nowadays it's increasing. It's a wide scope.
So, is Mongolia taking advantage of being in good relationship with India, that is the second largest population in the world?
Indeed. Mongolians have very soft sympathy and soft corner in their hearts towards India. We consider India it's a place of new knowledge. A lot of young people also come here, got trained, and do their high education. And when they return, they doing remarkable performances in their respective fields. I would say that even in youth, there are also a lot of willingness to come and study in India. Apart from which, there is a ITEC program, Indian Technical Economic Cooperation Program, under which professionals from different fields also come to India to get trained.
So, you are almost half the geography of India, and your population is not more than 4 millions. So, you must be living like kings in your country, lots of land, lots of tax.
Indeed, we are fortunate, and you are right, we endowed with a big land and rich with mineral resources, and only small part of the territory is covered with geological survey. However, we have revealed over 8,000 deposits of all known minerals, including rare earths. And Western companies, North American and Canadian companies, Australian companies also working on mining.
You also, I think, hold lots of uranium.
Indeed.
And is there any uranium export-import relationship between India and Mongolia? Because India needs uranium for its nuclear reactors.
Yes, both sides also willing to launch immediate cooperation in this particular field, and even governments also concluded MOU to work in this regard. For instance, survey, then training of personals, then improvement of legislative acts, and these are areas where we can work most efficiently.
Sir, you are a very strategic location. You are located between China and Russia. You have space ambitions also. So, how are you collaborating with India in a space ambition?
Last September, year of 2019, my president paid a state visit to India, including his visit included a visit to ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, which means both sides are willing to expand their collaborations in the field of space. Because Mongolia is first not only richly endowed with mineral resources, but also it's rich in terms of value of location, geographic location. It's one of the shortest route binding Europe and Asia. That's why number of overflights also increasing. And it can be also a very good location for data center.
Excellency, there was a time when Dalai Lama wanted to go to Mongolia, and then his visit was cancelled. So, is there any specific reason that Mongolia did not want to invite Dalai Lama in your country?
No, Sumanji, Dalai Lama, His Holiness is one of the respected Buddhist head, and His Holiness had visited Mongolia not once but 7 times, and each time he invited by devotees, Buddhists of Mongolia, and Mongolian government is not involved in religious affairs. So 3 years back, His Holiness visited, and Mongolian devotees, Buddhists also welcomed His Holiness.
But anyway, you are having very good wild resource also. And are you going to cooperate with India in wild resources?
Yes, you are right. We export crude oil.
Yeah.
We have at least 22 plot of areas where the oil reserve is revealed.
Right.
So government of India has graciously helped us to build up oil refinery.
Right.
Because we import crude refined petroleum products from other countries and spend certain amount of foreign exchange. That refinery would help us to reduce double dependency on foreign trade and create new job places. And I'm in hope that refinery would help us to launch second wave of industrialization.
Okay.
Mining, agriculture, and other industries will be first user of these products of refinery.
Through which route you export your crude oil? Through Chinese route or through Russian route? What is the route?
Yeah, we are proximate to China.
Okay.
So we export crude oil by truck to China.
Okay.
And we also import petroleum products from our another neighbor, Russian Federation.
Okay. So when you use their route, like Chinese route, do they put any tax for you for the for transportation in that area?
You know, there are joint ventures.
Yeah.
Joint ventures on that particular field conclude agreement of product sharing.
Or product sharing there? Like what? If you are exporting crude oil from Mongolia to any other countries, what is the product sharing with China?
We do not make any investment,
Okay.
but we issue them license.
Okay.
And then companies working on that field also drill and exploit, and then certain amount of products given free of cost to the host country.
Okay.
And then all other transactions were conducted under the regulations and land of the law.
Okay. So Chinese companies are there in oil exploration.
Yeah.
Indian company is there? Any Indian company is there in oil exploration?
Not yet, but we are willing to Indian companies because it's a huge area. Indian companies should not lag behind others.
Okay. So is India willing also?
Yes. One of the flag carriers, like Engineers India Limited,
Okay.
are working with Mongolian oil refinery company,
Okay.
and they are working remarkable scenes. And they also announced tender recently. Indian companies also expressed their interest to take part in that big construction.
Excellency, you have a very good livestock population in your country, what I have got, good agriculture also. So what type of collaboration can be there with India as far as livestock, agriculture are concerned?
Yeah, thank you. It's a very good question. We have large number of animal stock,
Yeah.
animal population, which needs also a lot of pharmaceutical products.
Right.
India is known with good quality and cost-effective pharmaceutical products, and it means Mongolia is a good market.
Right.
And secondly, it creates a lot of raw materials,
Yeah.
wool, cashmere, and ecologically clean other products that can be also used in India. For instance, business people in Varanasi, carpet weavers,
Okay.
they import sheep wool, and they produce hand-knotted carpets and export to Western countries.
Okay.
So they doing good value-added production. And again, also people are interested to import good chamra, leather.
Okay.
So they also want to import these type of products. And agriculture is area where can we work together most efficient and productive manner. For instance, Indian agriculture, Indian wheat industry, land cultivation is well developed. So Mongolia also needs good quality seed of wheat.
Okay.
And dairy products is India also, Amul and others are well experienced. Right. So that technology and know-how can be also embedded in Mongolia.
And India is also in pharmaceutical industry. India has quite robust pharmaceutical structure. Can Mongolia, associate with India in this industry? Any raw material help and cooperation?
Yes, on both ways, Ayurveda and allopathic.
Okay.
So in Ayurveda, Indian Ayurveda is well known.
Yeah.
So it can be also intermingled with Mongolian traditional medicine. Okay. That could become very conducive to the environment, to the people.
Okay.
And secondly, Indian pharmaceutical industry, as you said, not only pharmaceuticals, also healthcare providers also very good. So joint efforts can be launched in this regard to set up health givers, health providers.
So is it happening or is it not happening?
At the initial stage, there are people are coming for medical aid.
Okay.
Though we have good health services, but people coming here because here is a cheaper and here is a reliable. That's why people are coming. And we in the embassy also encouraging the hospitals, big hospitals here in Delhi and beyond, to maintain direct contacts with their counterparts, so that online diagnosing and counseling and appointments can be made, so that quality service be given to patients.
Excellency, defense and security are two areas every country wants to consolidate. What type of defense and security relationship do you have with India?
Yes, we have since a long time back, we have very good and mutually advantageous relations on defense. In Mongolia, we do conduct Hanquest, international military drilling.
Right.
And Indian Armed Force people also go there and take part. And then we have bilateral nomadic elephant.
Nomadic elephant, yeah.
The Indian border security people and others, personals go to Mongolia, and vice versa. Mongolians also come to India. And even they went to Manipur and arranged some polo tournament. So apart from this, we have also border security collaborations. We have extremely long border with our two immediate neighbors, traversing different geographic and climatic zones, dry and vast. So we exchange experiences. And we also working to set up computer centers, server on border security headquarters.
Right. When you do exercise with India, like nomadic elephant, is there any problem from Chinese side? Do they object any time that why you are going in exercise with India?
No. It's a well-established practice year to year. We do not have any protest or any dismay from our other neighbors.
Okay. It is also interesting to know that some people say that, United States is the third neighbor of Mongolia. Some people also say that, India is the third neighbor of Mongolia. So what is this type of comparison?
We are fortunate and have a good neighbors, two neighbors. At the same time, we want to expand our relations. We want to expose ourselves.
Right.
We want to take advantage of our good relations with other friends. So India is our spiritual neighbors. We share common civilization. We have common religion. So India is not only spiritual but also our big friends in Asia.
So your relationship with India does not create any problem with your neighbors?
Not at all. When Mongolia got joined UN, India was big supporter, and Prime Minister of India made a very strong speech in support of Mongolia.
Okay, Ambassador, आप हिंदी बहुत अच्छी बोलते हैं.
धन्यवाद. थोड़ी हिंदी आती है.
आपने हिंदी कैसे सीख ली?
सुमन जी, नमक खाने के लिए तो सीखना ही पड़ेगा. मैं अपने दूतावास के कर्मचारी, चपरासी, चौकीदार लोगों से थोड़ा सा बात करता हूँ। विदेशी भाषा अपनाना बहुत मुश्किल है, अगर असंभव नहीं हो तो मुश्किल है, लेकिन काम चलाने के लिए तो सीखना ही पड़ेगा।
हाँ,
अपनी ज़िंदगी को आसान हो करते हैं।
तो आप हिंदी पढ़ भी लेते हैं या हिंदी केवल बोलते हैं?
वार्ता पे हूँ। भाषा के लिए अपनाने के लिए तो अभ्यास की ज़रूरत है, कोशिश प्रयत्न पे करते हैं, समय पे थोड़ा सा निकलता पड़ते हैं।
लेकिन जब भारत में आप हैं, जब रहते हैं, तो क्या कभी हिंदी फिल्म भी देखने का मौका मिलता है, हिंदी नाटक ये सब देखने का मौका मिलता है?
बिल्कुल। जब भाषा पढ़ते हैं तो दूसरे लोगों का अपने अपने तरीके होते हैं। मेरे लिए तो बॉलीवुड बहुत मदद करते थे। अच्छा। मैं बॉलीवुड को बहुत सौभाग्य कहना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि 1 साल के अंदर मैं करीब 100 मूवी पे देख चुका।
ओ, तो क्या बॉलीवुड फिल्में कभी मंगोलिया में फिल्माई गई हैं?
बॉलीवुड मंगोलिया में काफ़ी मशहूर है।
हाँ,
लोग तरह तरह की उम्र के लोग बॉलीवुड देखना बहुत पसंद
देखते हैं। लोग मंगोलिया में
देखते हैं।
ओके। और मंगोलिया में कभी शूटिंग हुआ है बॉलीवुड फिल्म का? ये
मेरे उद्देश्य है। हमारे 2 देशों के संबंध को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए बॉलीवुड और मूवी की बहुत प्रयत्न करना पे होते हैं। और मैं अपने दोस्तों को भी कहता हूँ, आप आ जाओ और देख लो, मौका बहुत है। लेकिन केवल चर्चा करने की जगह असली काम भी होना चाहिए। इसलिए मैंने एक फिल्म स्क्रीन स्क्रिप्ट के अनुवाद भी की है और अपने दोस्तों को भी दिखाता हूँ। अच्छा। अगर इन लोगों को पसंद लगे तो शायद कुछ भी हो जाएगा।
तो इसमें बाधा क्या है? टूरिस्ट वहाँ जाते हैं, मंगोलिया में आते हैं या नहीं? इसमें बाधा क्या है?
ये फ्री कंट्री है। हर साल हम 5 लाख और 8 लाख टूरिस्ट भी बाहर से लेते हैं, होस्ट करते हैं। भारत से भी लोग आ जाते हैं, बहुत पसंद उनको है, लेकिन आगे बढ़ाने की बहुत ज़रूरत है।
एक्सीलेंसी, अब अंतिम सवाल हम आपसे पूछते हैं।
अंतिम क्यों? और भी हो सकते हैं।
How do you feel in India when you are in India? Because you have been in India many times, I think many assignments you have got in India.
बहुत पसंद मुझे होते हैं। जब मैं विश्वविद्यालय में पढ़ता था और बाद में गवर्नमेंट सर्विस में आ गई, मुझे भारत में आने के लिए मौका मिली। उस वक्त मेरे माँ और घर के लोग बहुत इन लोगों को पसंद थे, क्योंकि इन लोग मुझसे भी ज़्यादा पसंद थे, क्योंकि इन लोगों के दिल में भारत इतने नज़दीक है। भौमिक रूप से दूर है, लेकिन आर्थिक रूप से बहुत नज़दीक है। और बुद्ध धर्म का भूमि है और भगवान बुद्ध का जन्मभूमि है, इसलिए हर लोगों के दिल में बहुत नज़दीक होते हैं। और जैसे मेरे भी बार बार आने के बाद मुझे ऐसे लगते हैं कि मैं कहीं दूसरी जगह, दूर की जगह में नहीं हूँ।
Thank you so much, Ambassador, for talking to Rajya Sabha Television. Namaste.
नमस्ते सुमन जी।